As always, when a brand new region trailer gets dropped, or when any trailer gets dropped, we miss a lot of things, and Cat with Blue Hat tends to educate us on what we've missed, let's just say. 10 things you missed in the Natlan trailer. I probably missed a lot of stuff. I always think that I haven't missed too much, but Cat with Blue Hat tends to educate us very well on things that we have missed. So in the run-up to Natlan, while we're all very excited and very hyped up for it, let's see what you guys missed as well. Let's see what we all missed. What did we miss? The following video contains spoilers for all Archon quests of Fontaine. Interesting. Okay. Let me make sure the volume's good. Seeing Capitano fight against the Pyro Archon is very interesting. I would agree. One would only fight against an Archon if they believe themselves to be at least as strong as one. Is that true? Is that true? One would only fight against an Archon if they deem themselves as strong as one. Do you think Signora thought she'd be as strong as Venti or Raiden? Do you think Tomo also thought it'd be as strong as the... I don't think that's necessarily true. I think a lot of people are just delusional, you know? I think a lot of people are delusional, dude. Or be somebody who completely overestimates their own abilities like a certain someone. Okay, well, okay, well, I should have just let him cook. Yeah, okay, let's just carry on. Let's just carry on. Yeah. The special program confirmed that Capitano is the strongest amongst all Fatui members. Indeed, rank 1. To win against an Archon, he needs to be an Archon or someone even more powerful. Yes. Capitano's coat seems to have scale-like designs and his gloves also look special. Yeah, so I only noticed this after. I didn't notice this in the actual video itself, but I did notice it after the fact that... Capitano's got like a dragon motif, basically, and his gloves look like dragon claws, which is very, very cool. Does that mean he might be Nibelung, or the brother of Nibelung, or a relation to Nibelung, rather than the brother of Xbalanque, or however it's supposed to be pronounced, because I keep getting absolutely crucified for my pronunciation of that name. I called him Xbalanque at first, which was apparently wrong, so now is it Xbalanque? Xbalanque? I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce the name, but it's a cool name nonetheless. But yeah, I don't know. Very interesting. Very interesting. So seeing as he can confidently go against an Archon creates the possibility that Capitano could be a Dragon Sovereign. It does mean that he could potentially be the Cryo Dragon Sovereign as well, because we did see some Cryo stuff. Even though it doesn't look inherently Cryo, it could be like Delusion Cryo or Gnosis Cryo, I guess. It could be a lot of stuff. It could be many different things. More precisely, based on his cryo powers, he could also be the cryo dragon himself. Yes, it's also very cool that when he takes his cloak off, it kind of becomes the weapon, if you notice. Or, not necessarily. Actually, that's a lie. People said that, but now I'm watching this back, it doesn't really look like it becomes the weapon. Reach! But it is what it is. It's still very cool. Sick, if you will. This could explain why he can fight against someone as powerful as the God of War without hesitation. Yes. I would agree with that. Also, can we just talk about the design of this thing, dude? What is this symbol? I don't know what this symbol is. Another possibility for his identity is him being the Bloodstained Knight. Possibly. I don't know how... I don't know. It's an interesting theory, but I've always thought it was maybe not the case. If you haven't watched that theory about him, I'll explain it in brief. Okay. Let's go over a brief explanation. He was a knight from Mondstadt 500 years ago who eventually joined the Abyss. It is theorized that since he yearned for justice, he wouldn't hesitate on joining the Abyss. If it meant for Kamrians to be free of their curse, imagine it's just Kaya. Which could be why he teamed up with Piero, a Kamrian survivor, and joined the Fatui. However, the trailer reveals interesting details about his goals in Natlan. Jesus Christ.
The Gnosis in your hands.
True.
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan.
Why would Capitano have the right to declare rules for Natlan irrespective of Mafuika's failure? Well, that seems pretty obvious to me, honestly. That seems like he would have the right to declare rules for Natlan if he's the holder of the Pyronosis. I feel like that's the whole point of these games and stuff, right? If he wins the games, that's it. It's as if Capitano's past is related to the Pyro Archon or perhaps even the Pyro Dragon. Maybe. Could he then instead be the Pyro Dragon who uses Cryo Delusion? That'd be interesting, but I don't see it being the case. However, there is another possibility for Capitano's true identity. Bro, I genuinely think he could be Xbalanque's brother. Xbalanque's brother. Ex-Balanca's brother. Bianca's brother. I think he could be Bianca's brother. The special program revealed that the death in Natlan and only in Natlan is not the end. Indeed. With the Travail trailer also hinting the possibility of resurrection, it could also be that Capitano is Nibelung, the once dragon king from Tevat's ancient past. Bro, my whole theory, my original theory of Capitano is that he was Nibelung. I don't think it stands much ground now after we've learned everything else, but my original theory for Capitano was that he was Nibelung and like the third descender, blah blah blah, and that the body wasn't resurrected with the soul, and the soul is just inside the suit of armor. But now we've seen like the outline of the face, and we've learned so much more information about Natlan and seen more details on Capitano. I don't know how much weight this holds. Nibelung was killed at the war against the Heavenly Principles at the time, which we know. But assuming this happened in Natlan, Capitano could be Nibelung's resurrection. Yeah, it could also be a lot of people thought like the Hydro Sovereign was dead, but it was actually resurrected in a human form, hence Nouvellette, right? So it could be that. Cryo Dragon, Pyro Dragon, Bloodstained Knight, or Nibelung. Or, out of left field, other option here, Xbalanque's brother, which I think is quite interesting as a theory goes, to be honest. Regardless of what Capitano's true identity is, we can be sure that he has his own goals, which again could be resurrecting Xbalanque. That is very, very true. Knowing Capitano, his plan will have something to do with eradicating the Abyss's influence in Natlan. Maybe. Maybe Mavuika has taken too long and Capitano believes that he needs to step in to save Natlan.
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
Mavuika's words seem to suggest that Capitano also has something very personal at stake in Natlan. Again, what if he's trying to resurrect his brother, Xbalanque? Which everybody knows about now at this point, and know that through the history of the real world, Xbalanque did have a brother who, one of them died, right? And like, the whole thing makes sense. It does. I know I keep piping up the same point here, but it does actually make a lot of sense if you read into it a little bit more. It does make a lot of sense. It would be very personal to want to resurrect your brother. And it's so important to him that he's willing to defeat the Pyro Archon for it. Yeah, and as Robin says in chat, maybe he is Xbalanque's brother like Albedo is Durin's brother, and we're going to resurrect Durin and we're going to resurrect Xbalanque. Because usually what happens is, don't forget chat, we usually get a little bit of like a foreshadow or a sneak peek of stories to come in Genshin. Typically, we get things teased to us in the sense of like another character going through the same thing as the main characters of the Archon quest. That could very much be the case. It could be that resurrecting Durin is like a foreshadowing for this as well. Could be. Yeah. Could definitely be.
The purpose of the pilgrimage is not only to select strong warriors, but also to collect contending fire from the battles. Natlan is only safe from the invasion of the Abyss, while the sacred flame burns eternal.
This contending fire seems like something that's keeping the sacred flame alive. It does. Also, out of left field here, what if he was the Bloodstained Knight and he joined the Abyss? What if he doesn't want to eradicate the Abyss's influence in Natlan? What if he actually wants to eradicate the sacred flame so that the Abyss can actually take over? I think that would be a much more interesting plot point. It sounds similar to the indemnitium that Focalor was collecting for the oratories, yes. But unlike Fontaine, Natlan's sacred flame is actively being used to stop the Abyss. Yes, it is. And as such, he's facing the risk of being completely used up. But wait, but Fatui hates the Abyss, no? Well, here's the thing. We also hate the Fatui. Or do we? That's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is, as Mavuika is saying, Capitano's not only here for the Tsaritsa, he's here for something like to do with himself, much more personal. So it could be that he maybe doesn't agree with all of the Tsaritsa's views on everything, you know? So it could be. I'm not saying it is. It just could be. Could this sacred flame system be a creation of the previous Pyro Archon? More than likely, yes. I feel like that is almost a guarantee. Or the Pyro Sovereign. But usually we have these things that are creations of the previous Archons or the current Archons, right? Like we have the tree in Inazuma. The branch of Irminsul literally be Nahida and Ruka Nevada's stuff. And then in Fontaine, I guess, what do we have in Fontaine? The Oratories Mechanique Dudley's Cardinal, which was literally created for folklore, I guess. And also, if you look at it in the way of, in Sumeru, we also had the Aranara, and in Fontaine, we also had the Melazines. The Saurians could very much be to do with old Archon as well, yes. Oh yeah, the Akasha, yeah. The Akasha by Ruka Nevada as well, yeah. There's a lot of things that could point to this being previously made by the Pyro Archon, for sure. It's also interesting to see the Pyro Archon defending her Gnosis. So far, every other Archon has given away their Gnosis quite easily. Yeah, but it seems like she's not really aware of why Capitano or the Saritsa would even want the Gnosis too much. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe she's looking for more details as well. We now know that the Gnosis is akin to a cursed object because of what it's made from. What might be the reason for the Pyro Archon to not give it away so easily? And if Capitano gets it, what will he do with it, which is not related to the Saritsa's plan? Resurrection, I would assume.
The Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom, and has the capacity to read the memories of this land at any given moment.
Yeah.
Going there. The Night Kingdom?
Yeah. God, I'm so excited. It's likely that the Night Kingdom is tied to the ley lines of Natlan. I also think the Abyss, I think it's just another nickname for the Abyss, maybe. Like the actual Abyss. Kind of like we have different names for different areas of like Kamriar and Old Kamriar. And what was the actual name of Old Kamriar again? The ruins of fucking, what's it called in Sumeru? Dari, yes, Dari. And we also have the Enconomia and stuff, which are also different places of in the same vein as the place, just different area, local names, basically, right? This patch excites me, dude. It really does. I'm stuttering a lot and talking very fast, but it's because I get so excited about this stuff, dude. In this scene, we can see a replica of the stadium in the Night Kingdom. God, look at it. I want to fight here. I want to rip Capitano's head off and put it on my own. The special program also reveals something called Night's Trial, which could take place here. True. However, in a later scene, we see Celestia's Divine Nail in this place to... We're 5 minutes 26 seconds in, and this is something that I missed in the trailer. I did not notice this. What the hell, dude? I did not notice this. What the hell, dude? Yeah, okay. That is a nail. That is a nail. So far we know Divine Nails exist to repel Abyss and forbidden knowledge from Teyvat. Or so we think. Perhaps it was once in the ground but was thrown into the air by the Abyss? The special program also introduced the existence of ancient names in Natlan. I'm so curious what he's going to say about this, dude, because this is very interesting to me as well, the ancient name system. It is through these names that the spirits of past heroes are passed down to people of Natlan. In case of Kachina, her ancient name is Uthabiti, and it is likely that most other vision bearers have one too. Yeah, I would assume so. Isn't that what gives them the glow, it was said? Maybe?
Only those who triumph over the Abyss earn the right to be revived. Defeat not only means death, but also the destruction of your ancient name.
Also, that's a cool little thought there, chat. Did you ever think about that?
Defeat.
Only those who triumph over the Abyss earn the right to be revived. Whereas, who would be the only people that we really know that would have necessarily triumphed over the Abyss or still have the power to triumph over the Abyss? It would be Durin, right? It would be, I guess, maybe Tartaglia. There is a very good potential, by the way, that we die in Natlan. Or our twin, and we resurrect one or the other. I think that's probably quite likely. Or Paimon even. I have a feeling one of the main three, no, the Traveler, the Twin, or Paimon will probably die in Natlan and get resurrected. I guess, technically as well, Dane could triumph over the Abyss, right? It's interesting. It's an interesting thought process to think about. Very interesting.
Triumph over the Abyss earn the right to be revived. Defeat not only means death, but also the destruction of your ancient name, preventing it from ever being inherited again.
Crazy. So the way resurrection might work in Natlan is through ancient names. Anyone who's granted such a name will obtain powers from past warriors who fought against the Abyss. However, only those names survive which has previously won. However, only those names survive which have previously won against the Abyss. Yeah. Could these ancient names and their spirits be the entities we see in this scene? Probably, yeah, I would assume so. This also creates the possibility of witnessing the ancient name and spirit of previous Pyro Orchid or Pyro Dragon. Perhaps Capitano was once bestowed with a powerful ancient name in the past. Do you all think the Archon names could actually be ancient names? Chat? You know the fact that all the Archons have the demon names? Paimon has her Paimon. And the Archons have like Bua and Baal and stuff like that. That very much could be the case. That could also be a flag of Paimon dying and the ancient name of Paimon being used to resurrect as well, you know? Just food for thought. Food for thought. Before this, Simulanka and Cloren's story quest both highlighted the importance of names. Yes, they did. Cloren's especially, dude. God damn. In Cloren's story quest, we call upon the names of past Marechaussee hunters, which manifests their powers. Very cool, dude.
Marechaussee hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters.
I guess, could vision holders in general also have ancient names? Could that be what visions are? Like ancient names given to us in the form of a different way by Celestia? I'm just thinking because don't forget in the Raiden fight we called upon the visions, which I guess at that time we thought was just like the will of other people as well. Maybe the Abyss have ancient names and Celestia has visions and it's just like the same thing or something like in the same realm.
Inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters.
Interesting.
Answer my call.
In Simulanka, Durin's name itself was tied to his fate and is the reason why he was treated the way he was. Yes. That's such a good theory. It's interesting. So it seems like we will explore the importance of names and their connection with fate in Natlan. 100%, and I'm here for it, dude.
Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back.
And I guess, yeah, once you die in the real world with a vision, the vision dies too, right? You can't really come back. Unless someone's will is the same as... It's an interesting thought. Perhaps Abyss is able to erase such names and is the reason why Natlan doesn't have much time. Yes. Yeah, for sure. However, we also hear something about sacrifices.
I should have died 5 years ago. Take me as your next sacrifice.
Could this be an alternative to ancient names in Natlan to power the sacred flame? Maybe the entire reason why people of Natlan aren't leaving the nation is because they're fighting the Abyss. Perhaps they don't want to miss out on any talent leaving their nation that can save Natlan? Maybe, but I feel like that'd also be, what do you call it when people in war, like, chicken out, basically? Deserter, yeah. They'd be bound to be deserters, if that was the case. For sure. And since only people of Natlan can be resurrected, that makes them indispensable, too. True. We also see the Traveler still using Hydro Element in the trailer. Yeah, well, this was kind of already bunked, I guess, not even debunked in the live stream, because the devs basically said we're not going to get there's something stopping us, we get the Pyro element. In my previous video, I theorized that the reason for this might be because something's wrong with the Pyro Archon. Yeah, or the Sovereign. This is because Venti implied that our animal powers had something to do with him. So for the Traveler to not get Pyro means Mavuka's identity as the Pyro Archon might have some problems. We could also just revive the Pyro Archon and then get the Pyro powers. That is also very true. Or I guess we still technically don't know if it is the Archon with the Statue of the Seven or the Sovereign, right? I guess we don't actually know that. In fact, it's more likely to be the Sovereign, if you think about it, because we still have the power of Hydro and can still attune with the power of Hydro to the statue even after there is no Hydro seat. So it probably is the Sovereigns and not the Archons, realistically. I would think. Since now we learned of ancient names in Natlan, could it be that the person responsible for the Traveler to receive Pyro abilities no longer exists? Or in other words, their ancient name had already disappeared before the Traveler arrived in Natlan. It is indeed possible. In this case, Resurrected them will also not work since the name itself has disappeared. Maybe Mavuka is trying to solve this problem and is planning to use the Gnosis for it. True. Bro, how sick would it be if we go to resurrect the Pyro Orcon and fucking Nightglow starts playing? I think it'd be sick, dude. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. I did indeed enjoy it, and there is also another video. Let me link this one to you, though, chat. Here we go. There's also one more, and I haven't seen the OG version of this yet, but this is fun little details in the Natlan teaser to the Light of Rainbow Flames. This is a new teaser that dropped, and I don't really know what this is about. I haven't seen it yet, so let's watch it together here. In this scene, we can see Natlan's biggest volcano in the distance. Yeah, in fucking 720p. What is this? Okay, nice. Natlan's biggest volcano in the distance. Indeed. Volume should be okay. Could the Medjugorje location mentioned in Venti's story quest exist there? For some reason, I always imagined the Medjugorje to be more on ground level, but it's very possible. Yeah, no, I guess it was kind of explicitly stated. Never mind. As it's known as the Sea of Ashes and contains the Sea of Fire, it makes sense for Medjugorje to be near this volcano. I guess it kind of would. Additionally, there is also a legend that a phoenix lives in Medjugorje. Indeed. We also get a close look at this giant dinosaur-like animal of Natlan. We know that Sumeru's Sumpter Beast dropped 3 raw meat when killed. Yes. Just imagine how much raw meat this one would drop. Maybe 10. Can I keep it totally real with you? That's hilarious, but I doubt we can kill these. I think these are probably used for some kind of exploration mechanic or something. I doubt we'd be able to actually kill them. Maybe people of Natlan have also domesticated these animals like Sumpter Beasts. Yeah, more than likely. In this case, we can see the Saurian with 2 baby Saurians. God, that's adorable, dude. Is that a llama? It's so fluffy. How does it not get too warm in the nation of Pyro? That is very cute. I like this aesthetic on its back, too. The birds around it are also very unique. True. Also, that enemy is very unique. This looks like an enemy with 2 Saurians. Maybe they're his companions. Yeah. I mean, he's doing the classic I choose you Pokemon. Does this mean these Saurians will attack us if their human companion is provoked? Probably, and you deserve it. We've previously seen this behavior in Sumeru with Sumpter Beasts. True. But they're far less terrifying. Because they do this. There is a Pyro Crystal Fly in this scene. That's actually Signora. We also get a look inside the main city of Natlan. Yeah. Cool. This person is painting. Nice. Yeah. This one seems to be dancing. I actually think he just stood on something and is trying to get it off of his shoe. Maybe these ruins are related to some ancient civilization of Natlan. This would be very cool. Oh, cool little, yo, you see that? Cool little mechanism here. Cubes. Green. Cube. Oh, I think that's actually just part of Kinich's, never mind. That mountain looks very unique, almost like a wide broken tower. It does. It does. And that was it. Okay, well, that was interesting.